We've got Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, the Deputy Director General, PDP Campaign Council Edo 2024, or the Deputy Director General, Asue Ighodalo Campaign Organization Edo 2024. So you're welcome to the program. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm
now,
happy to be here.
So many things to talk about in this election. There's no doubt about that. Issues surrounding what candidates are bringing to bear and all that. Now, what is your perception so far about the election? Let's start off from there.
I think I keep using this as a refrain. This election is going to be a watershed moment for Nigeria as a country. We've been through thick and thin, and we are going through thicker and thinner. People are angry, people are hungry. The politics seems to represent the worst of us, you know, and unless good men lead, you will continue to have the worst of us ruling over the rest and even the best of us. So this is a watershed moment for this country. If you look at the leadership selection processes of Nigeria, this is the first time that Edo State is given the opportunity to continue in a trajectory of upward mobility. So this is a watershed moment for this country. Then in terms of the organogrammic and the organizational structure of the election, this is going to be a different election. And unless the players and the umpires in this election allow this election to play out properly, it may end up becoming a pause for Nigeria, and if it plays out properly, a forward movement for this country. So there are too many issues involved in this election. This election also addresses the monumental imbalance in the governance and the geopolitical demography of this state. We have an election whereby for the first time, most of the political parties except the Labour Party decides to recognize that the Edo Central, or the largely Esan people who populate Edo Central, those 5 local government areas, have been maybe the victims of systemic marginalization. And that is why I singled out the Labour Party, because anybody who was supporting Peter Obi in let me remove my cap so that I will say it properly, with emphasis. People who were supporting Peter Obi in 2023 were supporting Peter Obi not because he was a saint, but because he represented maybe a paradigm shift to the southeast, a part of this country that has never ruled this country for more than 6 months, which was the time of Agui Ironsi from January 16, 1966 to July 1966. The other one of Nnamdi Azikiwe was a ceremonial presidency, so it wasn't like he had any role to play. Now, since that time until 2023, an Igbo man, which was supposed to be the third leg in the tripod of Hausa Yoruba Igbo, have never ruled this country. So they knew it has to come from the north to the south. So they split the PDP vote, because Atiku and Peter Obi were the same ticket in 2019. If they had won, Obi would have been the vice president running. So I think that paradigm shift is coming down to Edo State.
Okay.
Because, one, Peter Obi was a recipient of the sympathy of Nigerians, that we don't want it to move from a Hausa Fulani hegemony to another Hausa Fulani hegemony in the transfer of power from Buhari to Atiku. So if you look at it in Edo State, it's very simple. Anybody who votes the Labour Party will labor in vain. Number two, anybody who votes the Labour Party, and if the Labour Party, by the grace of the devil, wins, it means that you have perpetrated a most destructive governance ethos on the state. Because for the last 25 years, at the end of Godwin Obaseki's tenure, it will be 25.5 years since democracy came back in 1999. Edo South has ruled for 16 years as governor and 9.5 years as deputy. 8 years for Pius Edubu, 1.5 years for Lucky Imaswe. Edo North would have ruled Edo State as governor for 8 years under Oshomole and 16 years under Michael Giadome, 8 years for under Lucky Ighodalo. Philip Shuaibu, 7.5 years. And Marvelous Omobayo Godwins, half a year. In this one, Edo Central, 0 deputy governorship, 1.5 years governorship that was nullified by the court, which means it's almost like a nullity. Against 16 years for Edo South, against 8 years for Edo North, no. Okay. Equity demands.
Yeah.
That is where those are the issues. I think those are the major issues. Not to talk about the disposition of the umpires and those who are meant to keep the peace. I'm talking about the police and INEC. They must be above board. Although the police have shown their hands, they have turned out to be like an armed wing of the APC.
We'll come to that. Let's not go there now. Now, the concern for this Edo election is that what is that guarantee that your candidate, the candidate you front for, Asue Ighodalo, is probably going to make the difference? Because when you look at issues, we talk about economy, we talk about security that are nationalistic. Despite the fact that the present government now, Governor Gordon Obaseki, has made some strides to ameliorate those suffering, it seems that it's kind of a pinch of salt, you know, in the level of poverty and all that. So what is the guarantee that Asue Ighodalo will make the difference so that Edo State, even if the poverty may be nationalistic, the economy issue may be nationalistic, Edo State will be better off for it?
You see, we have to understand two things. That Nigeria is a federation of 16 subnationals. And if you look at them, if you compare their GDP, that is their gross domestic product, and you also compare the per capita increment in the IGR, and you look at the GMP, that is the gross national product if you restrict it to Edo State, and then you now look at the purchasing power parity of the persons within the state, you cannot compare those states with even with our neighboring Delta, that is maybe the richest state in Nigeria. And that is as a result of deliberate economic engineering. That is why, although Edo State only gets less than 7% of what Delta gets from the federation account in terms of the 13% derivation, even if we get maybe in terms of remittances, number 13 or number 14 in the country, we are the only ones who till now have never owed 1 month of salary, which is the first line of government responsibility. Remember, because the Bible says that every worker deserves his wage. In another situation, if you look at the take-home pay, Edo State paid 40,000 for years, while other states were paying 30. And now Edo State is the first state to have gone to 70,000 as minimum wage, even 2-3 months after, before Nigerian Labour Congress made it an issue and went on a nationwide strike. Outside of Edo State and now Lagos State only last month, no other state has tried to pay that. Now, why is that? Why I'm giving all this preamble is that although the issue of the economy is national, Edo has been able to create a deliberate niche whereby those needed things by government have been met, and they have been met appropriately and deliberately. And I think Asue Ighodalo, as once upon a time the chairman of the nation's National Economic Summit Group, which is a think tank that actually tries to calibrate and at the same time design the roadmap for the entire country, it will not be difficult for him to handle a subnational whose GDP is actually less than 12 to 13% of the whole of the nation. And at 5 to 6 million people, we make up less than 3.5% of the nation. So I know that if you look at it, as well, look at the CV of everybody on it. He has a little of everybody, and he has something none of the others have. Olumide is a lawyer. Asue is a bigger lawyer. Asue owns, for the last, go on, you can check it on the internet, Google not a lie. Asue has been sitting on the Chambers 500 as one of the best, corporate lawyers from Africa for the last 20 years. And Asue Ighodalo, their company, is rated by Forbes Fortune 500 as the A-listed #1 corporate law firm in tropical Africa.
Okay.
So no, let me finish.
Yeah.
I want to follow. I go follow you.
I know.
So I think
work with time.
You ask me what difference does he make?
Yeah.
You see, he has managed companies. The others have not. Olumide has not. Neither. I don't know the other man whether he actually registered one either. Because I mean, he doesn't know his date of birth. I know he may not know the name of how to register a company, but that is okay. Nah, but now, if you look at it on the flip side,
yeah.
Oshiomhole once upon a time told us that his economic roadmap was mapped by Asue Ighodalo. He said it on television. And Godwin Obaseki had made Asue Ighodalo the chairman of his economic summit group, the Ighodalo Summit, which actually has. Then you look at the Levine Energy Group, which is one of the biggest investors in the energy sector in Edo State. Asue Ighodalo, the biggest export in Edo State is palm oil. Asue Ighodalo is one of the investors in Okomu. Then, I mean, look at it. So he is actually the X factor. He is the difference.
Okay,
you know?
Away from that now,
yeah.
you know, for us in the media, we react to issues and listen to all lots of, you know, statements and all that. Now, the worry has been that Asue Ighodalo, your principal is a Lagos politician.
And Pedro is also a Lagos broadcaster.
You know, so I know that sometime, you know, even prior to 2016,
yeah.
the fear was also expressed to that Obaseki is a Lagos politician and all that.
Yeah.
But what is the guarantee?
Yeah.
I mean, Edolites wants a situation whereby a governor that will actually domicile all the developments in Edo State here. Now, what is the guarantee? And what do you have to say?
You have to craft your question. You say domicile. Is Obaseki domiciling his developments outside of Edo State?
No, but the question I'm asking is that, I mean, we've had situations whereby allegations that more than 90% of expatriates came from Lagos to be working in Edo State now. So the question is, what is the guarantee that we may not have that same with Asue Ighodalo, being a Lagos politician?
This did not tire me. As you sit down for here now, me no say you. The biggest people when they fund your family, not be you and they be. So me now, Pedro, I come on University of Benin since 1996 as a lecturer. I became a lecturer at University of Benin 1989. 96 I come up Benin. I go Lagos. I have found, now my PhD, then they start private broadcasting. My PhD led to private broadcasting. I make you be here. I did Lagos. I work DBN. I entered that communications. I become managing director. I did Lagos. I did Abuja. I did Lagos. Now me dey among the 3 people who found Nollywood. Now me do Ighodalo. Now me do Eziza. I did Lagos. So I can't come Benin. I want to run for governor. I not Benin rich.
You are.
Okay. So all of now when they, all the Benin people when they abroad, when they send on Western Union, everybody when they bring money come, they send on money. You they change until they take the build house for Amagba. The man not dey Benin. He dey Italy. He did Torino, he did Padova, he did London, he did UK, he did US, he did Kansas. He can't come Benin, say he get something to offer. You say he not Benin rich. Then you look at Adam Oshiomhole, and I make sure Adam say now here be Rockwater Hall, 2006. He never entered here before. He not even the speak circle. He left here. That's why I know that's why they burned that Yaro that time, because he not get primary school certificate. Wait, not me finish. Not they ask me question halfway. Not they
let's be careful with
you. No, I'm not careful.
Yeah.
I'm being factual. So you want me to sacrifice truth on the altar of what of your maybe your inner feeling of property?
Let's stay on the issue.
I'm on the issue. You asked the question, and you mentioned Asue Ighodalo, and I'm giving you within a larger vortex samples and peoples. I started with myself, and I'm coming to others. And you want to tell me that they are wrong? Until he became the Nigerian Labour Congress president. I still remember going to move him from his office in Teju Osho that year, while we were forming the Grace Group. You want to tell me Adams Oshiomhole is not Edo enough to be governor, and he had been governor? You want to say that Godwin Obaseki, who was born at Ebieme, who went to primary school on Mission Road, who went to Egosa Grammar School, do we stay here to move here? Those who have stayed here to move here, they don't have any other business. Their only business is written on their ticket. And that ticket is politician. They don't have any other business experience. So no, you have to be someone who is upwardly mobile, outwardly looking, to be able to affect the fate of the hoi polloi. That is what the truth is, all of us. So you are saying that Olumide Akpata, who was born in Warri, went to FGGC Warri, left this town, and been in Lagos since he graduated in 1992-93, and that is 31 years ago. He has never been here. You feel he's not been in enough or do enough to run for election? Don't make this a skewed narrative. That is what you get from persons who have raised propaganda to high art, who not fit do anything but to the lie. They will lie 2016, say Isaiah Muna thief. They will lie 2020, say that thief now Jesus Christ. So if you now start hearing that same narrative coming from those same sets of people, when you hear that same narrative coming from a man who went on public television to declare that Asue Ighodalo had helped him become governor, no, I don't want to take. I won't hold the gun and leave it sheathed. I will fire from the hip. Don't lie to our people. Edo people, we too bam, we too day, we too oof for anybody when you go sit down inside one small cubicle to come and lie give us. We don't need that one. As it is now, who you want to vote for? You want to vote APC? If you vote APC, now you never vote them. Fuel now 1,002. Maybe by the time you vote them for Benito, the fuel will don't be 3,005. You want vote APC? The APC when we see last now, governor when they tell we to go and die, or Akugbe Ventures when they beat traders for New Benin. If you want vote them, back to sender. That is very simple. You have to put the clear options on the table for the people to see the difference. And the difference is not going to be based on low-level bickering or Mephistophelian posturing of people who are bent on taking us back to the devil.
Okay.
We know they go back.
Yeah, the biggest question now,
Yes.
talking about the difference now, what
Yes.
do you think Asue Ighodalo is going to be doing differently from Obaseki?
No. I hear people say that, and I tell them, I've read the manifesto. I'm not lazy. And for me, from that manifesto, Asue Ighodalo is going to be more or less like an Obaseki 2.0.
Okay.
That is an upgrade on what is going on.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, I mean, you see a man who has something different from every other governor that we've had, including Godwin Obaseki, including Oshomole, including Ambuzali, everybody. An accessibility, a wealth of knowledge, a psychosomatic relationship with anybody, in spite of what or who he is. That is great. And it is that ethos, that nuance, that little something, you know, that makes him walk into the room and he lights up the space. Now, when you give people hope, a good leader must be a dealer in hope. So when you look at someone and you want to copy his very essence, he's giving you a hope. That is one thing that would make me go, I've never been out like this for any governorship, not even when my brother was running for second term. But in this one, I've looked at it, and I think Asue has that differentiation factor. I call it the X factor. And if you look at his pathway to prosperity, it has been able to capture end to end what we are and maybe where we need to be. You see, there is no science yet, there is no art yet for us to tell the mind's construction on the face. Everybody comes with promises and promises and promises. It is just like faith. It's like, Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of the things you hope for and the evidence of the things you never see. Yeah. So I have faith that within the things I've heard him say, within my personal interactions, and then seeing what has played out with this man, who may not sometimes be a shareholder in a company, and they are making him the chairman, they know there is something about this guy. Okay. And let me use it, there is something about me.
Now, the next few minutes now, I want you to look straight into that camera.
Yes.
Let Edo people know why they should be voting for Asue Ighodalo on Saturday.
Okay. Which of the camera?
Yeah, just it's right there in your face, right there. In your face, right there. Yeah, just go on. Yeah.
Ighodalo, Emesan, Iviesako, Akoko Edo, My brothers from Owan, Imiomewado, on a serious level, Asue Ighodalo now be like saying a person when God sent, me come carry us go up. Me as I did here so, Pedro Obaseki, I carry Asue for head. I be the apostle of him gospel. And I want to make Edo people know. No shaking, nothing they happen on Saturday. On Saturday, all of us go waka go there. We go vote, we go wait, they go count the vote, and whoever God want make he win, make he win. Whoever God people want make he win, make he win. We know they fear police. Police not go do us anything. Nothing they happen that day. For this state, Mona know, God always do our election for us. Nobody they die. Nothing they happen. PDP they state government, APC they federal. Labour win federal, nobody die. So just know that one. We will go there that day. We will vote according to our conscience, and God in heaven will look at us and smile at us. Obanedo Atokbe, he said.
I wish you could say that in Benin in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do know why it is. Yeah, do know zomo. Waya Buddha. Inimo Pedro Osarodion no ya gbon fo no ri Obaseki. Mo ye Don Pedro Lioban. Ibe ri ogebe. Ire do ta mu wa na. We ni Jesu, we ni mi ya pepefe no saya tendomu. Ikadele no saya gboba de doyi. Ora ise dezola ne khere na ti Saturday. That election na yan la na wala wo. Wa ri oboye ekpeti oro ore PDP no ye khara matin. Because ye khara aya go na me gbima. Awa o ni ma ya kin owe na ya poloto na fi ye keku ọmọ no ba ne do ko apolopolo e wa gidi gan wa to wa pe oba ri lo bo ewi oba to pe ise
It's obviously say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.